It's now time for our voter suppression update. Each week, we give you the voter ID details of a single state, and this week we turn our attention to Ohio. On the screen right now is a website and a phone number where you can get all the details you need to find out what is required to vote in your state. The website is ourvote.org/state. And the phone number you've heard on the Tom Joyner Morning Show, also in partnership with the National Urban League, is 1-866-MY-VOTE-1. Now, to vote in person on Election Day in Ohio, you must provide the following: a current and valid photo identification issued by the state or federal government, which includes the voter's name and current address, or an original or copy of a current utility bill, cell phone bill, bank statement, paycheck, government check, or a current government document that shows the voter's name and address, such as your tuition bill or your report card from a public college or university. Notices of election and notices of voter registration sent by a Board of Elections are specifically excluded as an acceptable form of identification. Now, as is true in most states, voters who do not provide one of the required documents will be allowed to cast a provisional ballot. Now, don't let yourself be sent away without filing a provisional ballot. The last day to register to vote in Ohio is October 9th. Now, other upcoming voter registration deadlines are October 6th, that is South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, and Rhode Island. On October 7th, Arkansas and Nevada. October 8th, Arizona, Georgia, Hawaii, and Washington State. On October 9th, as we said, Ohio, but also Colorado, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Montana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Mexico, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, and Pennsylvania. Now, speaking of Pennsylvania, we told you 2 weeks ago that state's voter suppression law had been heard in the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. Last week, the court sent the disputed statute back to the judge who had originally upheld the law and instructed him to decide by October 2nd whether voters have liberal access to the required IDs, and if not, to block the law. We should have an answer next week. Now, in the Sunshine State of Florida, a federal judge refused to overturn the Florida law that cut back early voting from 14 days to 8 days, including the Sunday before Election Day. However, 5 Florida counties with high concentrations of African Americans still covered by the Voting Rights Act will have 12 days of early voting, including the Sunday before Election Day. And also in Florida, the voter purge continues as another 186 people get letters demanding they prove their citizenship. Again, folks, to get details on voter requirements in your state, please visit ourvote.org/state or call 1-866-MY-VOTE-1. That's 1-866-698-6831.